In a metropolitan high school, the windows have been flung wide to welcome the early summer breeze. The chatter of students eager to head home fills the halls. A girl emerges from a classroom. Her friend has been asking for this particular favor for the entire school year. "All right," says the girl, "but you owe me a soda." Her teacher's confidence in her ability could not be more clear. "I'll do my best," responds the girl, giving her teacher a polite smile that fails to reach the eyes. She deftly turns down the invitation with a promise to go later and rushes for the school gates. To all eyes, the girl is a sociable, clever student who openly embraces all the joys youth has to offer. The girl makes her way down a quiet residential street, away from the chaos and clatter of the city. She hurries home with quick and silent steps. "I'm home," she calls out in a relieved voice after stepping through the door. Said home is a meager, unfortunate apartment, a far cry from the halcyon image of her school life. The girl finds her father sitting listlessly in a room barely large enough for two. She begins to buzz about the space, straightening and cleaning without the slightest hint of resentment. Perched casually atop the TV is a bank book that represents their entire life as father and daughter. The remaining balance is less than some of her friends' allowances. But she manages to make ends meet by working part-time. She finds a family photo fallen from one of the gaps between books. It shows her with her parents and little brother, who had gone to live with their mother after the divorce. It shows a time when happiness was not yet a fiction, and after a moment, she crushes it in her fist. She carefully picks a rumpled suit off the floor and places it neatly on a hanger. When did he last wear this? She wonders to herself. He has been unemployed ever since he and her mother divorced. The room tidied, the girl alights on a cushion and takes a small rest. Her father's speech is dull, flat. It sounds like the final puff of air released from a corpse. His ex-wife's wasteful spending had saddled him with impossible debts. Emotionally and spiritually broken, her father's daily life had become a thing of rote and sorrow. But it had not always been so. The man once provided his little girl with all the joy imaginable. So no matter how hard their life might be, she would continue to smile for his sake. The girl, a student at a metropolitan high school, walks the halls with a bright and cheerful smile. But hidden behind that brilliance is the truth of the unhappy life she lives with her father. The debt accumulated by her mother caused immense mental and emotional pressure on her father. But she continues to wear a smile for his sake. With the day complete, people hurry about their business in the evening gloam of the city. The girl walks alone on the street, bathed in the warm glow of brilliant neon. Her hood has been pulled down over her eyes, as if attempting to hide a grim truth. When a message comes to her phone, she glances down before typing a simple reply. Almost there. Urged on by her client, she picks up her pace. The lights of the city fade as the girl enters the malignant gloom of a dingy alleyway. While the city is bright and vibrant, here, darkness reigns. A young man of college age stands amidst the shadows. Seeing her approach, his face breaks out into a lean and hungry grin. She takes his money and hands him a small bag in return. A bag containing illegal drugs. This is her secret, the profession she has assumed so she might repay her family's massive debt. As the student continues mumbling, she spins on one heel and begins her retreat. Guilt, that old, familiar friend, rises in her chest. Guilt over abetting the destruction of another life. Enough. This is for Dad. Nothing else matters. Suddenly, a knife appears, as if conjured from the dark. Fearing what the man might do, the girl dashes away. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She weaves and bobs through the crowd of people, drying tears on her sleeves as she runs. Suddenly, a collision. An impact. Pain. All she wants, all she has ever wanted, is to live a quiet life with her father. She has risked everything for this one small wish. But in this world, the people who pass by on the street care nothing for her. The dim fluorescent light barely illuminates the room. "I'm home," cries the girl as she forces a false cheer into her voice. Her father's empty eyes gaze into a blank television. Pressing on, she sits down and begins excitedly telling him about her day at school. Eventually, she gets around to the biggest news: a list of jobs at fine companies that her homeroom teacher had encouraged her to pursue. Convinced this news will lift her father's spirits, she is shocked to see him crumple into himself and begin to wail uncontrollably. As he sobs, he speaks of the shame he feels in being unable to provide his daughter with the higher education she deserves. As she calls out to her unstable father, her true feelings burst to the surface. Why, Dad? Why are our lives like this? It is a question she has asked uncountable times, yet the answer is always the same. It is her mother's fault. The woman who took everything from them and left nothing but crushing debt in return. And so this day ends like all the others, with cold rage accumulating in her heart like so much snow in a blizzard. A girl hurries through a darkened city to her job. Her life with her father, as well as the lives of countless others, hang delicately in the balance. No matter how disheartened she may be, she bears the weight of her sins alone. All for the small, fragile happiness she has with her father. Graduation season soon approaches the Metropolitan High School. Echoes of excited students fill the after-school hallways. Summoned by her homeroom teacher, the girl makes her way to the faculty room. The students' unusual murmurs cause unease to swell in her chest like a wave. As she announces herself, the teachers turn as one to look at her. She makes her way through the uncomfortable atmosphere as quietly as possible. Her teachers used to await each of her tests with the pride of heightened expectations. But now they merely stare at her with disappointment. His words drop like a stone. They received a report that she has been selling drugs in the city. As a result, her offer to join an upstanding company after graduation has been rescinded. And, as if adding insult to injury, she hears that she is to be suspended. Once the scolding is done, the girl wanders out of the office in a daze. All of her hard work has blown away like chaff in the wind. And horrible rumors are now racing through the school hallways like wildfire. She has nothing left but sorrow and despair, and so she gives herself over to them. An inky sun rises in her heart. She walks on, guided by its dismal light. Cruel words swirl and eddy all about, forming a swift denial of her entire life. Unable to bear the strife in her heart, she finally stops running. She remembers what she and her father said to one another when she was young. Even when her mother scolded her. Even when she fought with her brother. Her father had always been on her side. After a moment, she begins to walk once more. She walks so she might stay with her beloved father and smile at him like the sun. All that awaits her outside of the school is the endless, worried path home. By the time she makes up her mind to tell her father the truth, the sun has long since vanished. their house is quiet as a grave. Believing her father to be asleep, she whispers, "I'm home." After a moment, she gropes for the light. What she sees is beyond her worst nightmares. The empty shell of her father swings slowly in the gloom. His hollow eyes, worn down by this painful reality, stare upon his only daughter. Her heart tears apart and shatters in her chest. Her last ray of sunlight flickers and dies. And as tears begin to form around the corner of her eyes, she finds herself tumbling into an endless dark. Warm sunlight pools through the window. The apartment is old and filled with dust. Within it, a lone girl slumbers. Now awake, her gaze quietly scans the room. This is her home. A place so full of memories. Her father is not to be found in his usual spot. She faintly recalls venturing into a strange world in order to regain a normal life with him. Was it all a dream? Her murmur melts into the quiet of the room. There comes a sudden, kind voice. The girl heads to the entrance, eager to see if the speaker is who she thinks it is. Standing there is her father, dressed in a suit. He offers her a smile and says, "Guess what, Pumpkin? I finally found a new job." He is happy. It is an emotion she's not seen on his face in years. She buries her face into his chest and sobs. He responds by saying her name over and over as he strokes her hair. In that moment, she thinks everything will finally be all right. The girl sheds tears in the warmth of her father's embrace. She then makes an earnest wish. A wish for this brief moment of happiness to last forever. In a metropolitan high school, the windows have been flung wide to welcome the summer sun. The chatter of students eager to head home fills the halls. A girl emerges from a classroom. Her friend asks her for yet another once-in-a-lifetime favor. All right, says the girl. But you owe me 2 sodas now. Her teacher's confidence in her ability could not be more clear. It's because you're a good teacher, responds the girl, giving him a polite smile that reaches the eyes. With a quick invitation, she takes her friend shopping near the train station. She wants to reward herself for doing so well on her tests. The girl hurries home after stopping by the sweets shop near the station. She wants to celebrate her test results with her father over his favorite treat of cream puffs. I'm home, she calls after stepping through the door. Her father collapses before her eyes. There is a knife, blood. He is dead beyond all doubt. It is his second death, but this time it was done by her own brother's hand. Pain courses through her head, as though attempting to reject the tragedy before her. Amidst her pain, she hurls curses at her fate.
You use the power of the sun to wish for a quiet life with your father. But no matter how many times you rewrite the past, Yazuki Korizome always kills your father. Same as the time he staged your father's suicide. But I know you haven't forgotten, Hina. Because you bear the same sin.
Hatred and animosity roil in the girl's chest. She has come to question her estranged mother, the one who abandoned her in the divorce. She informs her mother that her father has committed suicide. She places the blame squarely on the insurmountable debt her mother left him with. But as she piles on questions and facts, her mother interrupts. She cares not that he is dead. She seems almost pleased. This is too much. Finally, the girl snaps. She fills her mother's IV with poison, ending her life.
This is the truth of it all. The whole reason for this journey was for you to understand that. Because now, it's time for your wish to come true.